Hi, you know, here at Pixar, we do everything absolutely perfect the first time.
Now, John, I think you should tell the truth.
Why?
Because it's the super genius version. Come on, we need some filler.
All right. Well, in the early stages of story development, we really try to do it right the first time. But at times we come up with sequences that just don't quite fit into the film. You know, we mean well, right, Lee?
We do mean well.
You know, and so you're going to get to see 2 sections of the movie that were cut from A Bug's Life.
The first one is called P.T.'s Office.
And this was right after the circus.
Right after the circus.
Right after the circus performance. And it was basically P.T. firing them for a better solution to making money. And
you know, we realized after we saw this whole sequence that it communicated perfectly just to have him say, "You're fired."
The performance was so bad, he was just repeating ourselves.
Yeah, it was so simple. I remember, but the scene was in the movie for the longest time, and we actually were getting ready to start animating it. And I remember I just had a sneaking suspicion in my gut that we just didn't need the scene. And John was like, no, it's going to be so funny. It's going to be so entertaining.
Thanks, Lee.
But
thanks, Lee.
So enjoy.
Yeah, but you get to see the scene. And the other thing.
The other one is...
that's right, the other one.
We call it the museum opening. Is we had this idea that we
it's like
would
a prologue.
Yeah, we would open the movie sort of in the future with an old docent ant that was giving sort of these little Cub Scout ants a tour of the route that you do see in the movie that spirals down the center, and they were looking at all the hieroglyphics.
The hieroglyphics in the route.
Right. If you look closely, there's these great designs that kind of mimic the way insects chew and eat leaves and stuff, and we worked in hieroglyphics that told the history of the whole ant colony.
And I think the reason we cut it out was probably length, and the other was it just had a sort of, if I recall correctly, a sort of a fairy tale opening that was a little too fairy tale-ish for what we wanted.
It was kind of similar also to a lot of things we've seen.
Yeah. And it just ultimately, like just about everything we cut out of the movie, we just decided it wasn't necessary.
Because they just really weren't that good.
But this one's kind of fun.
I've had it with you losers! You've screwed up for the last time! Your act is garbage! No, I take that back. Your act is worse than garbage. You can't even draw flies with it.
No. Just calm down, boss, before you pop. My first husband died of high blood pressure.
Wasn't that your 5th husband?
No.
The daddy
You're thinking of my
long
8th husband, Sam.
Shut up! I'm trying to yell at you! Flung across the arena and squashed nearly every performance. The audience should be paying me to have you not perform for them.
They probably didn't even before they came in.
You won't happen again.
us, boss. We won't ever do it again.
You're right, you won't. 'Cause you're fired.
Why, you anemic, blood-sucking parasite.
You can't be serious. I mean, where else are you going to find a circus act in mid-season?
Yeah, the circus is dead. Even if you were good, which you're not, nobody will pay for that kind of entertainment anymore. They want excitement.
What could possibly be more exciting than the circus?
I'll show you. Worms.
Worms?
Not just any worms. Live, nude worm wrestling in mud. 'Cause mud is cheap. Just dirt and water. Hey, I got it. I just get me a couple of night crawlers, cut them in half.
Come on, Tim. Let's get out of here.
I'm saving 50% of my overhead right there. Are you losers still here? I thought I fired you. Oh, no. I'm trying. Get out of my office!
It was Queen Ant the First who led our colony across the great stream to settle here. And it was the original ant settlers that built this very anthill we live in today. Now, if you'll all follow me this way, we'll see the next chapter in our colony's history.
Don't touch the ancient writings.
Shut up!
All right, you two, break it up. Let's go.
Now, who could tell me what this is? The well-behaved young lady in the back.
That's a grasshopper! They are so cool. They have long legs and they jump around like this.
Well, your ancestors didn't think they were so cool. In fact, grasshoppers used to terrorize us. After each harvest, the grasshoppers would come harass our colony and take our food.
I would have said, find your own child, losers, and kick them right in the butt. Hi-ya! Excuse me, but how come the grasshoppers don't come here anymore?
Well, one year the colony experienced their driest summer ever. Food was very scarce. The ants were working double shifts just to make half their quota. This year, they could not afford to give the grasshoppers any food. This year, one ant would make a difference.